Yeah, hello and welcome to another update video about FETCH.AI. Yeah, FET continues to push against resistance, so it hasn't really moved much. It's basically in a range between that indicated support that we talked about here around 40.5 cents and our resistance. By the way, I'm going to highlight that now in the new style as well. As you know, we are putting the support and resistance areas now on the chart with the fib levels on them. It's just, you know, it just provides a better overview really. So if I'm going for the B wave retracement, there you go. Yeah, and you know, you can see how well it's actually adhering to that. So no surprise, it tries to push through because, as I said in the previous video, the move up is currently very choppy. I think a lot of coins are currently working on a B wave or are starting to do so. And here as well, I'm currently of the opinion that this is just a B wave which is pushing to the upside, because it, you know, all these retracements, like 99% retracements, they typically indicate that another leg down is missing. Now, if we break above 56 cents, that would be a breakout level. Okay, so above that level, I would only then I can really say that with a higher likelihood, a wave 2 has already bottomed. And until then, my view will be that we get one more low here. Okay, in this support area between 17.2 and 33.4 cents. We've got here the view that this could have been a 1-2 setup and then another 1-2 setup. This rallied, formed a wave 3, which was back here in January. Then we came down in a 4, finished with a 5, and here we've got the wave 1 complete. Yeah, therefore the idea is we come down in a wave 2. And that would normally be formed by an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave. The pattern looks quite good for that. Yeah, an A wave in an impulsive way, a B wave rally correctively, and then a C wave down. And the B wave is just doing what a B wave would be doing normally. You know, it's just hitting resistance and could without a problem extend out to 51.5 or even 55.6 cents. So this can go higher, but you're pushing into resistance. And this here is just volatility, yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can also add here a possible corrective price channel. I don't have a very good visibility of the subwave count. This is also not so important in a corrective price structure because these often tend to they tend to be very messy and morph into different structures. Yeah, so we're currently holding above the 20-day moving average. Yeah, we already reacted to that. Reacted to it quite impressively here on the 20th of Feb. I made a video here and said, you need to be watching this because it reacted quite a few times to the 20-day moving average here on the move up. And it made, I think, 10-20% or something in a day. Of course, it lost it all again. And that just confirmed my view that we are probably here in a B wave. That's the best view I have of this. I mean, what else could it be? You know, what else could it be? I mean, is there a potential? It could still be, yeah, it could still be here some kind of a fourth wave which is forming. Yes, but that wouldn't make much of a difference. Yeah, so this is an extremely difficult structure. As I said, this can push higher, especially as long as we're holding here the trend line. It's not a very well-defined trend line, but best I can get here as a parallel channel where you have, maybe we can redraw that a little bit more accurately. But down there you don't really have too many touch points. I don't know what happened here. So if we draw that, yeah, more like that, yeah. And as long as we're holding, you know, as long as we're holding above the trend line, it's probably just going to adhere to it and follow it. But bear in mind, these are 3 key resistance levels. And above that level, you could look at a breakout into the, well, eventually I would say $1 plus, yeah. Because a rally in a wave 1, we would then, if it breaks above that level, I would have to assume that the wave 2 here was already done. Or, and that's of course another possibility, it's a bit strange, but Bitcoin is doing something similar possibly, that this wave 5 was just here the first wave of the 5th. This is the wave 2 of the 5th, and we're going to rally in the third wave of the 5th, and maybe this is just a leading diagonal in the third wave of the 5th wave. But this is, it could be a lot of different stuff. Therefore, I'm always highlighting the AI coins, because of that short chart history. They are also less reliable, and they, it's a bit of a pump and dump here all the time. Trading in the channel, I mean, you can trade the price extremes here within this channel, within this resistance area. I mean, you might even want to adjust this a little bit, depending on which of these highs you are connecting. This here looks even a little bit like an ascending wedge, yeah. So, you can, that's what I mean, trend lines, they are always a little bit subjective, but therefore we need to wait for the breakout really, and then keep an eye on this key resistance area here. But for me, I mean, if we also look on the weekly, overbought, I mean, it's actually still overbought on the weekly. So let me, oh, it doesn't actually have does it have a MACD? Yeah. Let me adjust that slightly here. So, I mean, this is still pushing higher. So, I mean, momentum overall still goes up on the weekly. That's not too much of a surprise, given that we say this is actually possibly really in this larger uptrend, okay? It's just that in the very short term, I would still expect a leg down. But, I think some people sometimes misunderstand this. When I tell you it can still go down to this support area, this is still, or I'm sketching this out as a beginning of a larger uptrend, yeah. So, because someone commented yesterday, but I think it was Edgix, that the analysis was wrong because AI coins are going to hype, and and I think they continue to go up. I mean, they are in an uptrend. That's why I'm labeling this as a 1-2 setup with a possible third wave to the upside. Now, by all means, I mean, if you want to get some exposure to AI coins, I mean, it's up to you, but I would still expect this eventually to push higher. If it gets into this green support area, then I will probably add to my portfolio. Here we've got now, no, it's not even a bearish divergence. So yeah, it's also still pushing up on the 4-day chart. 1-day chart, we might actually get here a bullish crossover, but it's a little bit too early really to talk about that. But if you look on the daily, on the RSI, we're still in the bullish range. So the uptrend is still progressing. Yeah, I mean, you see that we're still holding. If you look at the moving averages, we are still holding above the 20-day moving average. It's actually a dynamic, automated support level here, and it's adhering very well to it. Now, if you can observe, I would even say, looking at this and looking at the RSI, which is still pushing up, a possible bullish crossover coming on the MACD. This is certainly in a short-term uptrend still, yeah, or even in a medium-term uptrend. It's looking like it's getting exhausted here in this pattern, and I would like to see one more wave down for clarity. But as long as it's holding the 20-day moving average and doesn't make a substantial break below that, short-term this is probably going to push higher. But then be aware that we are heading into resistance, and you can see how it's getting rejected. So this is just all the information you actually need. And I think best really I can tell at the moment. So again, expectation for me would be still to get one more wave down, but I see no signal at this stage that the rally here, that short-term rally, has finished. This could still push higher, but we've now hit this ceiling, and the next step would be to break 48.6, 51.5 and 55.6. If it goes above that, then I will disregard and delete this C wave off the chart, yeah, because at the moment this support area still goes into the area between 17 cents and 33. I mean, it probably depends to a degree on Bitcoin as well, but just be prepared for a drop. But for now, the momentum is still up. Okay, that's my update about FETCH.AI. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.